I want to show you how to create one of the most popular gift books on Amazon without risking your account and without overthinking the whole thing.
And how do you plan to do that?
If you've ever thought about making a fill-in-the-blank gift book, something like a Why I Love You or Why You're My Favorite style book, let me tell you how you can do it without getting sued. These books sell really well for a reason. They're personal, they're emotional, and they make great gifts. But this is also one of those spaces where people accidentally cross lines they don't even realize are there. So today, I want to walk you through how to do this correctly, legally, creatively, and in a way that actually gives your book a chance to stand out. Fill-in-the-blank books aren't about fancy design or long writing. They work because they help someone else say what they don't know how to say. That's why they're bought for anniversaries, Mother's Day, weddings, birthdays, just because gifts. And from a publishing standpoint, they're low content, fast to create, and incredibly flexible. But, and this is important, success here is not about copying what already exists. These books are copyrighted. That means you cannot use their prompts. You cannot copy their layout. You cannot recreate their structure page by page, even if you change the wording a little bit. That's where people get in trouble. Now, here's the part that surprises a lot of creators. You can create a book in the same category. You just have to make it your own. The concept of a fill-in-the-blank love book is not owned by anyone. The execution is. And this is where your creativity actually works in your favor. This is the framework I use, and it keeps things clean, original, and compliant. First, we're going to start with a completely original angle. Don't try to remix an existing title. Instead, we're going to decide, what is this book really about? For example, Why You're My Favorite, All the Little Things I Love, or The Best Parts of Us, or You Through My Eyes. You get the idea. You're trying to be clear and emotional. If the title feels personal, you're on the right track. Don't worry, we're going to have AI help us out with this. This What I Love About You category we've seen for a while. I believe this kind of started with the Tell Me About Yourself mom and dad books, like that fill in the blank, encouraging each other to learn about the other person. This is a wonderful gift book, but this particular series is created by one company. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these are making. I'm going to come here to my KDP Spy. This is actually a plugin through BookBolt, and I let it run till about 90 or so. Sort by estimated revenue, $46,000 revenue a month, and that is this one book, Just a Few Things I Love About You, with all my heart. Cute cover, basic, very simple idea. The next one, I Wrote a Book About You. This one looks like it's in hardback, $41,000 a month. And if you'll look here, let's look at the author. So this is Larkin Road. So it looks like a couple of people have come together to make these. And they also made this one and this one. So you see, they've started this series that is doing really, well, not that one, this series that's doing really, really well. So I wanted to see if they had licensed it. They did copyright it. So that means you cannot make a book that is similar to them with the same prompts and the same cover. But it doesn't mean you can't make a book about why you love someone. Let's dive in a little bit deeper to what's on the inside of some of these books, and also for the future, you can see how this can be a wide variety of series. You can do one for your child, you can do one for your mom, for your brother, lots of variety of options. Let's dive into this one, and let's see. I love that there are pictures. People love that it's a thoughtful gift. It's super cute on the inside. This one is interesting, though. It says that they can't recommend. They expected it to be higher quality. I'm wondering, they said this is a flimsy paperback. I've got a couple of questions here because I know that the books published through KDP are really high quality. But if we look at this particular book, it looks like it's kind of like a newspaper quality. It's not that thick, really good quality. So that's something to think about. Maybe they're using a different printer, because I always have really great results with the Amazon printing. I want to look here, dive into this one, because this is a little bit closer to what we're going to be making. We're going to make sure it doesn't copy exactly with the lines and the text on the top right-hand side and just the number on the left. but people love this book. I came here to Gemini. You can use ChatGPT or any AI source that you're using. I explained in here, look, this is the book I want to make, but its license is copyrighted. What can I do to make sure I don't violate this copyright? And it gave me some great alternatives. It also showed me how I can adjust the themes so that I don't violate that copyright. So I've decided to go with this, Why You're My Favorite. And it's kind of because my husband and I always say, you're my favorite thing. So this is the book I'm starting with. It kind of means something special to me. I'll be able to give this to him maybe for our anniversary coming up. I'm going to have a variety of things, not just writing words or a quote, but I'm also going to have a picture where you can draw a picture of a situation or a map of where you met the first time. So definitely mixing it up a little bit. I also then had the AI create some of those prompts for me, some of those questions I'll be asking. So we're going to go ahead and start here in Canva. Now, I started here just by typing in journal. I selected watercolor. This is me just brainstorming for themes, because usually when we do a journal or planner, it's very simple on the inside, maybe a couple of flowers, but there's not a lot of artwork. And so I wanted to kind of jog my brain, get it going and thinking about some things how I can design this journal. And I saw a watercolor one. So I thought, okay, I think that's how I want to proceed with designing this book. And then I saw the torn paper, and I thought, okay, I want to include torn paper. So you see, I'm just using this to get my brain going and get started. Now, I decided to do 8.5 by 8.5 because that other book is, I believe, a 6 by 9. So it's also a way that I'm making a little bit different. I have already an 8.5 by 8.5, 102 pages ready for KDP because I make so many coloring books and things like that. So I just pulled this up and I came here, file, make a copy, and I made a copy. And then I deleted the extra pages that I didn't need. Now, I have completed the book, but I want to show you and walk through step by step what I did. And so you can make the same book or something similar. So I have here a total of 62 pages. So that's 30 questions. On the front, very first page is the title page, and then my copyright, and I'll show you how I made the title page. I had this extra page, and I'll show you why I have this extra page. And so I decided to do kind of like an instructional thing, like what to write, or to tell someone it's okay to do stick figures. So then I don't have any lines or anything, and I decided to do a watercolor look, and I have the number and the prompt. The reason why I had to start on page number 4 is because when you open the book, I want the question and the number to be on the left-hand side and the place to write on the right-hand side. So that's why I had to make sure that the first one was on the back of page 3. So that's page 4. And so I just chose a watercolor. Also, the other thing that AI suggested in order for me to make my book different from the original one was to use maybe muted earthy tones, because that one has really bright colors. So I came here to elements, I typed in watercolor paper, and I just started choosing some of the more earthy tones. I put it here, and then right here, I just typed in torn white paper, and I put it right here. So you see, I can go like that. It's just that other paper underneath it. And I first did all of the colors. So I went through, I did the kind of was a teal, the yellow, I added all the colors. I went all the way up to 17. And then I just copied and pasted the same ones. There's no reason to come up with 30 different shades of earth tones. I came up with 15 or 17, and then I copied those and just duplicated those. Here I went back to my Gemini, and I just started copying and pasting. I made sure it was a text that I liked and that it was bold enough, but wasn't too cutesy and cursive, something like that. That's just not me, and that's not the type of book that I wanted. And I pasted all of them in. Once I was done pasting all of the topics, I went here to the thumbnail on the bottom right-hand side, and I just kind of took a step back and I looked at all of them because I wanted to see placing, positioning, were things centered, how did it look? Was all the text accurate? Like it wasn't running off the edge? I'm just looking at consistency here. Oh, this one, the reason why there's some circles is this is a question for a mood palette. If your relationship were a color palette, it would look like these colors, and you're supposed to color that in. And that was, again, an AI prompt. And I went all the way down to 30 questions. Now let's talk about the cover, and that's going to tell you how I got my title page. First of all, for the cover, I came and I typed in journal. And not because I wanted a journal cover, but I knew I wanted kind of a muted type of cover, and journals tend to be that type. So this is what I found. But here's the thing. This is not the size of a square book. I had to go in and ask KDP to create the size of my cover for me. Now, this used to be very overwhelming for me. I used to only use BookBolt because it calculated all this for me. Then I learned how to do it through the KDP cover calculator. So when you just Google KDP cover calculator and you answer all the questions over here, and I actually did standard color for this one, not premium. I find the standard color is fabulous. White paper, left to right, inches. Here I did the 8.5 by 8.5, 64 pages, and calculate dimensions. And then I just downloaded them. Now, this is what it gave me. So when I change this particular cover and change the size, all I have to do is look at this right here, and those are the dimensions I have to make it. So I opened it up. I came here to resize. I went to custom size, and that was the size it told me to make it. Okay. Now, this sort of looks like this. It has the blue. I kept the blue background, and I kept the torn paper. Let me show you how I built the rest. So this is the torn paper. I expanded it and then copied it over to here for the back. Then I exported some of those pages for examples, and I put them on the back. I love the examples on the back because it helps you build an expectation so people know what they're getting. And I also, actually, this is different for me. I wrote on some of them, and here I did the picture because I wanted people to see how it was a little different, and it wasn't really tiny lines, but you could write as big or as small as you wanted, or you could draw pictures. And then this is the title, the Why You Are My Favorite. Now, for the subtitle, I had Gemini also help me with this because I wanted to make sure I included these keywords, the fill in the blank, gift book. I'm a little nervous about putting the word gift in the subtitle because you can't do that on Amazon, but I have done it before. It is a gift book, but I'm going to see if it red flags it. And if it does, I'll just have to change the subtitle. And I've seen lots of other books that have gift in the title. So I'm going to go with it for now. If I change it, I'll let you know. But how do we make sure that everything's lined up? Let me show you. So here I dragged and dropped that template. And when you bring it here to the top, all you have to do is lower the transparency, and it shows you then where everything is lined up. Over here, these examples on the back, I had to make them smaller, move them in a little bit. And over here on the right, I had to change some of the text. So that really helps you get everything lined up. Just a little tip here on the back. When I brought everything in, I also added a stroke weight. That's just that outline to help separate it a little bit. It defaults to 4, but that was way too thick. So I just made it 1, and I did that on both of them. Help separate it and kind of give it a bounding like box. And then here for the text, this is actually 2 texts on top of each other. The bottom one is this lift to help give it like a bit of a shadow. But then the top one is this outline made really low. Again, just to kind of make it pop a little bit. And then the bottom I did white. Now for the inside of the book, I'm going to download all of these as a PDF print. If it were just black and white, honestly, I would probably do a standard, but because it's color and it's a gift book, I want it to be a little bit higher quality, and to ensure that I'm doing PDF print. I'm going to change this from RGB to CMYK because RGB is for digital, CMYK is for print. And so then when I download that, it'll download at the highest resolution possible, best quality. Now for the cover, same thing. I'm going to download it as PDF print, change this to CMYK, download, and now let's jump on over to KDP and upload the book. I always forget to show you this part. All I did was I copied and pasted that front cover and put it on the title page. And then I just changed the color of the background of the watercolor. So it's a little different, but it's the same overall theme. And here's my copyright. And I had AI create that for me. Here it is. There it is. Had it create a copyright for me. Here we are. Let's create the paperback. Now I'm going to have that same AI Gemini create the description for me. The reason why I'm going to keep it in the same chat with Gemini is because it's going to remember all the things that I've had in this particular chat. So I don't have to give it a lot of information. It knows everything that I want. Okay, a couple things I'll have to change in here, but that's totally fine. And it gave me the keywords. It knows me. It knows I'm going to ask the keywords. Let's make sure it's correct. Okay. Now, about categories, I find it really interesting where these books have put their book. They put it under self-help, relationships, and friendship. This one put it self-help, relationships, dating. So we'll put it in a couple of these categories also. Okay, would we consider this a journal? I'm going to go ahead and click yes. Don't worry, it will tell me if that's incorrect later if it decides my book is not low content. Now I'm going to enter all the keywords. Couple things really quickly about keywords. When I started KDP, I was just putting one word, and I definitely learned that you need to write more. These are called long tail keywords. There was a point where I was writing too much, like almost a whole sentence, and KDP told me that was wrong. So I think that this right here, 2-3 words, is kind of that happy medium of really great keywording, but not overstuffing it. Okay, we have standard color interior, 8.5 by 8.5, PDF, because there's a bleed, their pictures go off the edge. This one, I think I'm going to keep it matte. And let's upload the manuscript. That's your inside of your book. Now let's upload our cover. And now, did we use AI to create the text? Yes, we did. And launch previewer always. And this is why we learn, and this is why I show you my mistakes. In here, it says I only have 64 pages, but I had to have a minimum of 72 in order to do this type of book, like the color book. So that's right. I'm just going to add a few more. Okay, that wasn't too hard. I just went back and added a few more pages so I could get to that 72, ended up being 75. And then this is the preview. Let's go ahead and click through it. Looks like things are lined up. I don't often do a full color book, so this is definitely different for me. I want to make sure colors look good. Uh-oh, you see here how this doesn't quite go all the way, that white paper. I kind of don't mind, though, it being like a border. If it flags it and says that that paper needs to go to the edge, then I'll make it. But other than that, I kind of like it because it makes it look like more of, it completes the page, more like a complete border. Okay. And approve. Now let's go ahead and talk about price. Okay, it needs to be a minimum of $8. Now I like to profit about $1 on each book, sometimes 90 cents, depending on the book. So why don't we go ahead and do $9.99, keep it at $9.99 for right now, profit $1.98. And publish. Now, sometimes I do get a notification after it's gone through quality check saying check this or check that. And then I always make sure I follow up. But so far, once I follow the directions that I've been given, like them saying that I need to fix a title or a subtitle or fix the images, then it really hasn't been a problem. My books have been approved after that. And so I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know.